Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Sorry about no video last night. Me and the kids have actually had strep throat, so not really feeling the greatest. But I wanted to come back today with the Lightbearer team. As you can see, we have a ton of gems. We've been pushing the tower. So we'll go ahead and we'll do our summons. And I have 12 rare Lightbearer cards. This is the best thing from the faction tower that you can get, especially with the faction specific accounts. So the first time I believe I got 6, this time I got 12, which was at level 70 of the faction tower. So pushing the faction tower every day gets you a ton of cards and a ton of fodder, which is exactly what we need for this account. So we'll go ahead and we'll do our summons there. And if you see, there is a ton of Lightbearers, which is awesome. So we'll go ahead and we'll use our soul stones as well, which we got a lot of rare soul stones from the tower, as well as our dailies and our weeklies. So there we did get 2 more, which is good. We'll go ahead and do our summons with our gems first. So I believe we did our 1 summon in our Stargazer, which guaranteed our first card. So we got a copy of Rowan. Here we almost have enough faction scrolls, but we're just going to have to go with our regular scrolls at this point. And on this account, we do have Belinda, which we have an elite right off the bat. Hopefully it's a Lightbearer. Copy of Baden, not too bad. So go ahead and use all this. I'm not sure if we're going to have enough for a card, but I know we're going to have enough to, and let's see what we got. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a lot of Lightbearers, which is good. I'm hoping we have enough fodder to get at least some of our heroes up. Hoping I can get 1 or 2 more copies of fodder, which there we get 2 more, which is pretty good. Which right off the bat, we get another elite copy of Hendrik. Nice, that's a hero that we are building. We do need a couple more copies of him. And another 3, another triple, come on. Copy of Hogan, okay. Leica, pretty good. Chimera, definitely good. All right, so that is very good. Hogan, I am very excited to get a copy of. I did put him in my wish list. And here we get a couple emblems, which we need as well. I dropped him in the wish list because I do need fodder. If you look at my team comp, I actually use Lucius and Hendrik. I use Rosaline and Rowan, which I'm going to incorporate Falks in here. I have a lot of copies of Falks. But Hogan I put in there in place of Belinda. When Belinda hit Ascended, we moved her out of the wish list to put Hogan in there. That way we could get a couple more copies. So let's go ahead and look at the temple. And here we did get another copy of Hendrik, as well as another Lightbearer. All right, so let's look at our Lightbearers here. I know we have a lot. Like I said, I have a lot of copies of Falks, as you can see. And I know we just got that copy of Hogan right there, which we do have 1 copy of Rain. So we'll go ahead and we'll build us another copy of Hogan, which is good because we want to go ahead and get him up to Elite Plus, because I believe he is going to be our fodder hero here. Then we should have enough. I think we have enough to actually get him up again. So go ahead and make 1 more Elite Plus copy. And the reason for making the Elite Plus copies is we need 1 copy to get him up to Legendary, and we need the 2nd copy, so actually another Elite copy of him to get him up to the Legendary Plus so we can use him as fodder. So I'm not sure who else will be able to get up here. Rosaline, we don't want to use any copies, I think, because we only have 2 copies of her. Falks, we have quite a few copies, but we don't have an Elite Plus yet. Hendrik, we're saving. Estrilda, we're saving. Lucius, we are saving. Thane, we haven't gotten any more copies. So we might be close, but I'm not sure we're going to have enough to get anybody up right now, unless we go for a specific hero like Falks, which we could take him to Legendary Plus, but I'm thinking to get anyone any higher, we're not going to have enough cards. But we can go ahead and just choose any one of our heroes, as long as it's not Hogan, because I only have 1 copy of him left. So we'll actually go with, let's say, Angelo on this one. So we'll get him up a copy, and then we'll go ahead and get him up 1 more. just a couple more copies would have been able to essentially, let me see who we got. So if we used these two, we need one more to get him to Mythic. So let's see who we got here. Rosaline, we only got 2 copies. Estrilda, we got 2 copies. Falks, we do have 3 copies, but like I said, I don't have him at Legendary Plus. I don't think there's anything else down here. So we just need one more fodder, because essentially once we get him to Legendary, we can use this other copy we have over here to get him to Legendary Plus. And then we can use him for fodder, which I'm thinking maybe Rowan, getting Rowan up. But Estrilda we do have as well, which we only need 2 copies. I think I only have 2 copies of her. So very close to getting someone up there. And here, not really worried about the other fodder. So again, we're gonna be kind of stuck for one hero because I don't want to use Gwyneth and I don't want to use Falks. Estrilda I want to keep because once I get Estrilda to Mythic Plus, I do have enough copies to get her up. Which Falks, I know he's a hero that I can buy from the store. So I might just go ahead and use Falks just because I know by the time that I get him up, I will have more than enough copies to get him up to Ascended. And I can buy him. Estrilda I can buy too. She's a hero that I'm not using right now, just because I use the first 4 and Belinda at this point. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and use one of the Falks copies. Just because, like I said, right now, he's a hero that I'm not building. I know as much as I don't want to use him, since he is the only hero that I can do from the Challenger store, because he is the only Lightbearer in there, by the time that I get him up, I will have enough copies of him. I'll have more than enough copies by the time he is ready to go to the Ascended level, just purchasing him in that way. All right, so we got Hogan up there. And I'm thinking for support, either doing Rowan or doing Rosaline, which I'm thinking I'm going to go Rowan just because I love Rowan's signature item so much. So it is going to be Rowan. He is going to be our next going to the Mythic level. And I think that also might give us the ability, which I'll have to look through my heroes, to finally get my heroes up past 161. And the reason this is so vital is when you look at the overall hero power, 160 is a cap, but let's say Hendrik, for instance, 161 unlocks the final ult ability, which takes the damage from 160 to 180. So you want to try to keep your heroes as high as possible, their level being as high as possible, because you want to unlock their ult, and how you do that is through the Resonating Crystal. So we can actually take a look at Rowan now. We'll get him up to 180 he can actually go to, so it'll automatically take him up. So if you look now at my hero set, which I believe we might have to 161. So now all the heroes are 161. So let's take a look at Hendrik now. Now, as you can see, his level 3 ability is unlocked. So through the Resonating Crystal, it takes the highest level team, which I'll show you right here. It takes the highest level team, which is 161 right here. So essentially, is I can take him 1, 2, 3, let's say 4 levels. We'll take Scrag, we'll take him up 4 levels. So now 165. So now if you look at all my heroes, everyone in the Resonating Crystal is 161. 165, excuse me. Which actually here too, everyone's at 165. So where is, I'm wondering if I have her leveled up. Yep, which I do. So we'll take her out of there. And that will give us an even, I was wondering what was going on with her, why she wasn't leveling up. But she was actually just leveled up herself. So we'll put all of our gear. So again, that brings every hero to 165, unlocking the level 3 ult for everybody, which is super, super powerful. Signature items, so we will start here. As we've been saving these from our event, which is very nice. She gets an extra 5% crit, which is huge as her staff goes to level 25. The second one I believe we have is Lucius. So as we've gotten a couple more of these from the summons, so doing our regular summons, we'll go ahead and get his signature item up quite a bit, which gives him a lot more defense. And then we will do Rowan. So we will actually unlock Rowan's, which Rowan has a super strong signature item. When he pulls out his stall, so where he actually keeps all of his potions, now it'll have an energy potion. As you can see there, when an ally's energy is above 600, they will drink the potion, replenishing 60 energy points. And as that goes up, goes all the way up to 400 energy points. So essentially when a hero hits 600 energy points, his level 30 ability is going to take him to 1,000 so they can cast their ult right off the bat. When he refills the stall, so once the stall is empty, he'll actually go ahead and refill it. When he refills it, he refills the energy potion as well. Which anyone who plays this game, you know, energy is the key to victory. The faster that you can accumulate energy, just like through haste, makes it just that much stronger. So we got his ability all the way up to level 6, which if you look, added almost 10,000 hit points, quite a bit of attack, and 30 more dodge, which is nice. So he is ready to go. So now looking at my team in the top. So we have Belinda, which is awesome, super high DPS with Rosaline following her. We have Lucius and Hendrik for the tanks, and Rowan, which has a signature item now. We are ready for the campaign push, 17-28. So we've been putting Hendrik in front of Belinda. That way he can actually push the target right back, like you'll see. So he goes ahead and pushes them right back, stacks all three of them perfectly for Belinda's AoE, which is what we wanted. She just burns the targets right down. Unfortunately, still nothing to really do with to take away Brutus's shield, but Lucius' shield usually offsets the damage on that. As you've seen there right off the bat, we were using Rowan's little potion. If you see the stall right in the middle, see his little blue potion in the back? I'm going to try to see. Somebody drank it. I didn't catch who, but the only thing with Rowan is he does not drink his own potions. That's the only drawback. But that's where the team comp of him combined with Lucius comes in so vital, is because Lucius can shield just like he did right there, and he will also heal. So most of the time when Rowan's taking a lot of damage, Lucius will heal him up, which is what I see most of the time. He'll shield him, which does an energy regen, and then he will actually cast his healing right on him. And again, stacking up all three enemies right in the back. Her AoE damage actually hits all three of them. And for the Elder Tree for this team, I get a lot of questions on the Elder Team, or the Elder Tree. I put 5 points into Belinda, so into the caster, which I could have done support, but I do like the casting tree just for the enhanced damage. And the next 5 I've actually started putting in for the campaign usage is with the tanks. So running Lucius and Hendrik, I believe level 2 of 5. So when I get it to 5, they'll actually have the ability to regen quite a bit of hit points. And especially at this stage, can be really vital to their survivability. And as you see here, Hendrik drinks one of Rowan's potions. And if you see how quickly the potions get used, which Lucius just drank the last one. Fortunately, didn't fill up his cart right there, but that's okay. 17-34. And some of these battles are pretty easy at this point. And again, if you see the amount of damage that Belinda's AoE does, she just drops everybody. It's so massive, especially with her signature item being 25. She has plus 15% crit. And there's some heroes, like you've seen right there, Strilda has a knockback as well. So Hendrik doesn't actually knock her back. And Belinda just ulted all the ads, but that's okay. 2 more potions on the cart. Not even going to need them. And Rowan is by far the best support hero in the game. I know a lot of people go back and forth on the healers, but if you look, the only time that you need to actually use his potions is when you need the potions, and that's kind of the prime time. If your heroes don't fall below 50%, they won't use the potions. The potions actually just sit there. So it's not really the passive heal that Namora gets. It's just kind of a standby heal, like the clutch heal. Plus, Rowan does a stun. If you see when he uses his ult, it does have a stun effect, which seems to help both ways. If the heroes pick up the coins that he makes, it gives them, I believe, plus 70 energy. If the enemy picks them up, like here in Sylvana just picked them up, if the heroes pick them up, they get plus 70 energy. If the enemy picks them up, they're stunned for 7 seconds. So both ways, both sides of the team is really benefiting. Plus, he used Rowan in a lot of the events that are happening, just for his energy regen and his potion usage. So when you're focusing on heroes and who to level up and really whose signature item, Rowan and Lucius, Belinda are probably the 3 strongest light bearers, especially with signature items. They do a ton of damage. They do a ton of burst damage, a lot of energy regen. Survivability with Lucius is just really crazy high. And that's why the light bearers, out of all the teams, they have always been the best performing team. A lot of people are stuck until they get a Rowan or they get a Belinda, which I believe Belinda is probably one of the most common heroes that I've actually gotten. And unfortunately, Hendrik goes down there. Oh, both the tanks are down. This might be it for the light bearers, but we're going to go ahead and try it. I'm giving each team 3 defeats. So that is our first one. We can actually switch it up a little bit, which I believe if we have Lucius in the bottom. Unfortunately, Hendrik is charmed, but that's okay. Lucius still goes down, but we did get Golas down. Golas is very, very tough to deal with. And as you can see, even there was Pharrell's stun. So we might have to change it up a little bit more. Thing is, if I put Belinda in the top slot, she's just going to dump damage into Brutus, which isn't going to make a difference. So this is kind of the team comp we're going to have to go with. I believe this might be it, because Brutus is just going to go immune. All right, so give it one final attempt, and this will be our last one for Light Bearers. But they almost pushed through all of Chapter 17 and into 18 already. And this is where a hero like Falks would come into play. Because essentially here, a hero like Falks would just absolutely probably take out Brutus right in the beginning, giving you the ability to destroy the rest of the team. But that'll do it for the Light Bearers. So 17-40, so almost done with 18. We'll go ahead and collect up all of our campaign loot. So we pushed quite a few, so another 750 gems, almost giving us enough for another summon. 17-40 is where we end. Not even another team close. The closest one is way down here in the bottom, which I don't think it'll, yep, it let me click, which is the Wilders, 17-6. So they are way ahead. I mean, they're 34 stages ahead of the closest team. So let me know in the comments what you think. I absolutely love the Lightbearer team. I was kind of torn between leveling up Rosaline or leveling up Rowan. I think if I spent a little more time and actually leveled them up all the way, it may have been a little bit better. We might have been able to complete that stage, but I'll get everything all set for them next time. So we can actually take them all the way up to 180 now. I don't believe any further than that. So you know what? We'll give it one more shot now that they're all 180. Let's see how much leveling does make a difference. Because Lucius was already at 180, so we already knew where they were at. So hopefully, if we can get a shield off with Lucius, which we do, if we can take out Nemisu. All right, we got Pharrell down there too. That will complete it. All right, so I gave him another shot just because, my bad, not leveling him up all the way. but another pack that we're not buying. So chapter 18. Right, so we got into chapter 18. Just going to do one stage here because we did kind of overdo it. Even though I could have maybe leveled up some gear, got him to 180 a little bit earlier. Which with the alt, I know she just burns down everybody. So strong, most battles she does get all 5 kills. And very happy with the Lightbearer team. It just seems like they're super solid. The synergy with the team is very strong. Can't wait till tomorrow to do the Wilder team, get all the summons up, see what we're going to do with Gorvo, if we're adding in Almas or Sirius, I'm not sure. Been kind of debating a couple different ways, which for this one I should have actually moved Hendrik to the bottom spot in front of Belinda. Because even with this one is trying to get to the back row to take out Chimera. Because if Chimera gets her ult off, it's just absolutely devastating. And that's where Chimera is so strong. So even here, so we'll take Hogan and we'll push him right in the back. AoE hits Arden there as well, and that was kind of the point of it. We got through the tank, just leaving Arden, which we want to take out real quick. Arden with the CCs is very hard to kill. Which I feel like chapter 18, we're going to push through a lot of it. And again here, trying to get to the back to get to Isabella. I know we have Sylvana on our side, but leaving a hero up like Isabella will just absolutely destroy your team. Same with Veden, same with Naru. They will destroy your team and they will kill it real fast. It seems like if Lucius gets his shield up early while the team's still up, even Golas got a stun there from Rowan. And that's kind of the big difference that the energy potion can make. Pushing them right back, there's AoE, so it does a lot of damage on all 3 of the back enemies. And I love that Chimera keeps silencing Rosaline, because it just lets Belinda just destroy them because she's not getting the silence. 18-8. So they're a full chapter ahead of the Wilders. I believe 2 chapters ahead of every other team. So a lot of people that are stuck, I mean, this is a very, very solid comp. Most of the people who are running Lightbearers run a similar comp. I mean, you could essentially swap Hendrik for Estrilda. She's actually great. She ups the damage, ups the energy, especially with her signature item, does a lot more damage. But Hendrik was a hero that I wanted to see that I had never used. So I wanted to see just how well he would do in the campaign. Some of these I don't want her to cast her ultimate. Brutus shielded. So having auto on all the time makes it easy just because you can kind of run the stage as much as you want. But sometimes like that, I knew she would cast her ult right onto Brutus, or Belinda will cast her ult a lot of times right onto totems, which don't really help very much. She'll do the same with Grezel's ads, where she can burn them down really, really quick, but she'll cast her ult on them just because she is set to auto. And this team is going to be really hard to beat. It just seems like they do so much damage in such a short time. We'll actually change this one up. I want Hendrik to push Grezel to the back, which fortunately he did in there. There's his push. Because I'm trying to get to Chimera because the ult was going off. So got a little stun there. Got her down. With a hero like Chimera, if you're not able to burn her down, if she gets a couple ticks off, even with a shield, if she gets a couple ticks of her ultimate off, most of the time that'll wipe some of your team, if not all of your team, that fast. And again, here's another one where we want to get to the back line because we have to get to Pharrell. It looks like this, maybe, because we got Grezel down, it's going to be a close one. because Pharrell has the stun. All right, so that'll sum it up for our Lightbearers team. So not too bad. Pushed into the new chapter. Got a couple more chests, which are where I get most of my diamonds. Got a nice little caster hat. And we got a free copy of Case House, and look at that, 16 faction scrolls. I don't think the Lightbearers are up. Nope, it's Graveborn right now, so we will go ahead and save our 24 faction scrolls and our gems for next time. So again, let me know in the comments what you think. Very, very impressed with the Lightbearers progression. And as always, thank you guys for watching.